Hello, my beautiful rainbow people. Welcome back to The Gray Say There's a Better Way, my YouTube program where I tell you the things that the Gray have taught me so that I can help us move forward in prophecy and to create a better society, which is the ultimate goal of the Gray. Um, Hi, my name is Zion. I'm the author of a dual book called The Potsmoker's Bible and Book of Zion. The Book of Zion is the prophecy of Israel, as foretold by the prophets themselves in Bible, written in Bible verse. I wrote the Potsmoker's Bible in order to publish the Book of Zion, because the Book of Zion is written in, it's not my own work. So, together the two books lay out the plans that the Gray have taught me. And by taught me, I mean they have led me to the truth that was already here for us to find. They're not to say that they have not told me things that are not found on the earth, because they have told me many things that come from their society. And I have also communications with other beings that are not of this realm. But the Gray have the Gray and the higher beings in conjunction, whether they know it or not, have placed on the earth all of the foreknowledge required for us to safely integrate into the society of the Gray, the universal society, what we call heaven. Um, and the Gray had have led me in the entire course of my life from the day I said my vow and pledged to work with them until today, when I am trying to finalize the event of first contact, which is exactly what I'm trying to do, by the way. But anyway, all of the knowledge that was necessary for me to understand who the Gray are, what they're doing, and how to unify humanity and bring us into a new age. All of that information was here on the earth, but I had to dig it out of obscurity, so to speak, because all of the information was scattered, just as the testimony of the prophets were scattered in the Old Testament. So I had to piece together the events of prophecy by combining all of the elements of prophecy from the various prophets, and it became the Book of Zion, and laid out this plan that I was to follow. And the very first step of that plan required me to seek out all other religious doctrines on the planet and to learn them, to understand them, to unite them, bring it all together, and to create the temple complex, or the Temple of Zion. And I did that in 2007. It started in 1979 when I said my prayer that um, where I volunteered to work with the Gray. I didn't know I was doing it at the time because I was praying to the God of Israel, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And the Gray answered, because they are the descendants of the ancient gods of Israel. So it was only right that they would respond. So I have spent my lifetime seeking out this knowledge that was left to us to find. And that knowledge led me to the realization of the prophecy of Israel. And the realization of the prophecy of Israel gave me a plan of action that I was to undertake in order to actualize the prophecy, put it into motion, and bring it to fruition. And we are at the point of fruition, by the way, just so you know. The only thing that we as a species are required to do in order to make contact with the gods of the earth, those who from the heavens came, is to reenact the exodus of Israel from Egypt as the exodus of Zion from America, a great northern nation, which is brought about from the sides of the earth, and which is about to destroy itself through white supremacy, political inaction, corporate takeover of everything, and police brutality. These elements are all foretold in prophecy. They are what we're dealing with in our actual lives. And Black Lives Matter is a direct result of prophecy. George Floyd's death was prophecy. Donald J. Trump's presidency was prophecy. And the Camp Out for Freedom is prophecy. That is our next step. And by our next step, I mean the citizens of the United States who fall into the following categories: the widow, the orphan, the fatherless, minorities, drug users, all religious affiliations who believe that all religions should be united, that there is one God of earth, one God for mankind, and that all religions to lead to that God, or Godhead if you're Buddhist, because it's the same thing. So the unity of religions is a very key element. The unity of the population is a key element. It was necessary for my beautiful rainbow people to be rainbow people, to come from every ethnic group, every religious affiliation, every stratosphere of society. All of the professions, all of the, every family, it says, will have at least one Zionite within it. So yeah, there's a drug user in every family. We all have one, we all know one. But guess what? According to the Gray, they are diamonds in the rough, so to speak. They are Aladdin prior to him becoming a prince. And the Gray are the genies in this scenario. I don't know where that came from, but it works. But we have only to take that one step of leap of faith. Now, by leap of faith, I mean, okay, for the religious people, I mean, the Christians have the hardest time because you're going to have to give up the return of Christ as Jesus and replace the Christ with the Jesus that you know and love, that I know and love, the same Jesus. Because Jesus was a beautiful soul, and he saved many, not by dying, but by allowing the fable of his death to exist, but by nurturing within it this beautiful seed called the Essene, who followed the teachings of Jesus, the brotherhood, the unity, the love of God, the adherence to propriety, the Essene way. So I encourage all Christians to give the cross up and follow Jesus to Zion, because it is the same thing. It leads to the same place. Unity with God, unity with man, unity of religion and knowledge, and a higher possibility, the Buddhist's Godhead way. Because like I said, the Buddha is involved in this. So are our ancestral roots in the ancient ways. Shinto, sorry if I spoke that wrong, the Japanese ancestral wisdom. These are all integral parts of Zion, the foundation of a new, more just, equitable society, based not on money, power or elitism, but based instead on professionalism, artisanship, unity, and making the government the people. Having every person be part of the guild that is associated with a seat of government, where they each have a voice within their guild to ensure the best possible future for humanity. Because instead of seeking power and wealth, elitism, in the guild system, we seek artisanship and business first. The business of government is the care of the people, and the guild system ensures that every person is part of government and therefore covered by the government. We do away with money by replacing it with hours, because money is ours, if you think about it. We just simply take that money out of the equation. We do things in a professional way. Career, just the American work ethic on overload, only without the money involved. So we each enter a guild of our choice, of our talents, of our knowledge, of our need, and we learn from the professionals, the elders of that profession, becoming artisans. We each work within our local community to take care of the needs of our local families and friends and neighbors. But we're trained by a university type school system where every child is already in daycare from the day of birth, and every daycare provider is a trained professional teacher teaching the child from day one, so that our children will begin their school day from day one. It won't be so much school, it'll be this adventure that they go on, where they are nurtured and all of their talents and aspirations are guiding their curriculum, instead of a massive one-size-fits-all school curriculum where you teach the basics and leave behind all of the necessary functions of professional artisanship, leaving the child with nothing but rudimentary knowledge at the end of 12 years. In Zion, the child learns from day one and is guided into a profession from day one, which goes along with their desires, their talents, their abilities to learn. So that no child is stupid. It's just that one child is into math and another one is in science, into music. One is a plumber and another one is an actor. Each a genius in their, a potential genius in their own category. But none stupid, because we can't all know everything. But if we all seek to know that which is most suited for our brains and abilities, then we can all become intelligent in our own fields and therefore in our own selves. So I envision a society based on the ancient knowledge of the earth itself, because nothing that I have done came from off this world, not even the temple complex. So the next 4 chapters of my readings on the book, the Potsmoker's Bible, will lay out not only the judgment of mankind, but the plans that I have and the Grey have for our future. So join me. May the Grey watch over you, guide you, protect you, keep you from all harm, and teach you right from wrong. May you be worthy of them. May your thoughts, words, and deeds reflect truth, good, and light the unicorn way. Find your joy and pursue it. Make that your guild choice when we get to Camp Zion. Our camp out for freedom. If you use drugs, stay happy and high. You have every right and reason to. Believe me, I know. The prophecy says so. I am the prophet Zion from the Old Testament. I've come to set us free, so join me camping out on May 25th in honor of George Floyd, the prophetic martyr of our people. Black Lives Matter. We are Zion. Join me. Love you later. I'll never say goodbye.